How do you know if you're prepared for the Adventures of Oz collab? Now, this is a public domain collab, which means that even if you're not prepared, it's not the end of the world because you'll be able to pull these champions later. So effectively, you're prepared. If you're a new account and you cannot even do the fusion, you know that there is a fusion warm-up event right here. If you cannot even do the fusion for the lion, then the most important thing is to just wait and skip the fusion itself and pull the champion sometime in the future or use fusion tokens sometime in the future. It's fine, it's possible. You don't have to do the fusion right now. It's also possible to skip and then later get the lion. If you haven't even started raid and you have a new account, a completely new account that you want to start, I would wait. Because with a new account, you won't be able to fuse the lion 99% of the time. So what you could do is just wait until the lion becomes a promo code champion or some login link champion. Both of them are possible. So in this case, you just wait. If you have an established account, let's see what we need. Besides the usual fusion materials, I would recommend checking your shards and your soul stones and the associated currencies. These are the two most important currencies that you will need. So regarding the shards, you see that I've been stockpiling all of these sacred shards. These are the usually material for summon rush. This is usually for 2x void. This is for champion chase and 2x ancient. And this is a filler. I'm quite low on it. 5,000 is also reasonable. But as you can see, I have a relatively large buffer of these resources shards. Primal shards, I would recommend using them with 2x prime events because they are very, very rare. Just so that you know how rare. I've been playing the game for about like 1.5 years or so. And I have only one mythical at the moment with 2 other mythicals coming. So essentially for champion chase, just saying that it is also fine to prepare these fusions. You see I have this champion 60, this champion 60, okay, I need to ascend him, fine. This champion only 50 because you need 50, but by accident I prepared 2, it's not the end of the world. This champion is already prepared as well, it's just we need 1 ascension star. And before doing this, because this was one of my pulls, we could also fuse these. So these are valuable champion chase points, and I'm basically ready with Mikage. I'm just not pulling her because I want to get the points for a champion chase. So this is also part of the preparation. And for fragments themselves, you can keep some of the champions whose fragments you've collected already. And here Embrace is sitting with 76 tokens. Sooner or later it will come. Not necessarily during the event, but if you're quite close, then you know that Embrace is coming. Now, this is one of the reward sets that you will need for the event. The other reward type is Soul Stones. So here you see that I have 0 Eternal Soul Stones because I chose not to invest my shards into the path for like 42,000 points, which is almost 10 sacred shards, to get 1 Eternal Soul Stone. But these 39 and these 31 are supposed to be sufficient. I did pull about like a month ago just for Mortal Soul Stones, a bit, because of account progression. But in reality, I have a lot more of these Soul Stones than we would think. The reason is that if you go to the Mystic Market, it's possible to purchase this for 1,000. I could purchase 2 Eternal Soul Stones right now. I could purchase 16 Immortal Soul Stones right now. And I could purchase 162 Mortal Soul Stones right now. So I think I'm well prepared. I just want to purchase the minimum. And after pulling the Soul Stones themselves, because rest assured there will be a Deck of Fate event for one of the champions. After that, it is also possible to look at the Soul Collection and just sell whatever you don't want. You don't want a Diana, for example. Sure, what happens? It's 38% of the largest soulstone right away. Or you don't want a Fang. What happens? You get 100 of this currency. I'm quite certain that just with the purple, with the epics, if I select all of them, well, no, it's a bit more than half. But still, 690 in total. Still, it's not the worst. So if you see my whole collection, if I sold my whole collection, I would get 1.4 of the largest soulstone. Obviously, I won't sell my Empress 5-star. Obviously, I won't sell others either, because I need some of these extra souls. But in reality, you have a lot more souls than you would think, because you will have a fusion. You will have a Titan event associated with a fusion, most likely for the souls. You will have a Deck of Fate, and you will have a Hero's Path, most likely, for a third champion. And then somewhere for the Void, you will have Void events, either winner-take-all events where you will need a lot of shards. Now, for that, I'm not prepared at all, because you cannot be prepared for a winner-take-all Summon Rush or Champion Chase. But I'm prepared for everything else. So for the Void champion, you will need a lot more stockpiling to win an event with a guaranteed Void legendary. And other than that, if there is ever a guaranteed, let's say 100 Void, for example, now it's not guaranteed, you can see we just have some champions. So if you have any guaranteed event, then you may be able to get the Void legendary. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that. So that's the preparation. A third pillar of the preparation is gems. So I've started stockpiling 6,400 in total. You could start stockpiling your energy as well. I chose not to because I have quite a few champion masteries to unlock, so I was running Mino 24/7 whenever I had energy, then I was running it. But it is possible to stockpile energy, it is possible to stockpile gem to go through the fusions more easily, and for silver you don't need that much. So 20, 30, 40 million, it's possible to start the fusion, and then you will run the campaign anyway, and you will run other game modes anyway. At some point I was above 100 million. I just chose to invest some of the silver in getting some of the other rewards as well. So this is what you will need at the end, and sooner than later we will figure out how to get and which champions. It's not a surprise, it's the Ninja Turtles playbook. And if you remember Ninja Turtles, it was quite straightforward to get Leonardo. Okay, it cost 40 sacred shards in total, so keep on stockpiling your shards. 40 sacred shards, that's quite a lot. For 20 for Leo and 20 for the soul approximately. As far as I can remember, my login champion was Mikey or Michelangelo. So he was... It's straightforward, you just collect the login champion. Now we know that Dorothy is gonna be the login champion. The fusion champion used to be Donatello, now it's gonna be the lion. It's also straightforward. Then there was a Deck of Fate champion, Raphael, back in the days. Now we don't know which one, maybe the team and maybe some of the other ones. And we had a full Titan event for April back in the days. A full Titan event. I'm not using April much, but that Titan event was quite straightforward to go through. But it consumed some of my resources. So it was possible to go through all parts of the event back in the days. And now I'm a lot better prepared than back in the days when I had to get all the extra soul stones, all the extra shards, everything else during the events themselves. So these are the resources that you will need, and just make sure to collect them as quickly as possible and don't waste them on nonsense such as the Deck of Fate that you have right now. I mean, I couldn't care less about some of these rewards from the perspective of the next event. I just couldn't care less about them. okay, well, a 6-star Hazecliff, it's not the worst thing in the world, but come on, there are more important things to spend on. So if you're not prepared yet, it's not the end of the world. Just keep on hoarding these resources, and then you will come out the other way with at least 5 champions, if not 4. Well, 4 champions, minimum 5 champions possible. And after the event, you will still be able to pull some of those champions that you didn't get. Let me know in the comments if you feel prepared, if you feel not prepared yet, and what you're doing starting today to make sure that you will get as many champions as possible and their souls.